This year, we've put up a list of the best places to visit in the next year. It may seem unimaginable to consider going overseas right now due to the global epidemic and travel bans that have closed the borders of some countries. However, there is some good news for 2022, things are improving. Did you know that the travel and tourism business in the United States produced over $1.6 trillion in revenue in 2017? As a result, it's not surprising that many countries began to open their borders. Don't be alarmed, they're following all health and safety regulations. What exactly are you seeking for right now? Let me guess, a fantastic bucket list of vacation spots where you may unwind and enjoy yourself. If that's the case, my friend, you've come to the correct video. In today's video, we'll inform you about the top 10 countries you can visit on a budget after COVID-19. 10. Iceland. Iceland has done a good job of adapting to COVID-19's adjustments, but you'll most certainly notice them throughout your visit. In the end, the activities you choose to engage in while you are there will determine how your journey is influenced. Iceland is a country ruled by the elements. Because to its location on the mid-Atlantic ridge, Iceland has one of the most volcanically active ecosystems on the world. In Iceland, there are several wonderful spots to visit. Reykjavik is the most well-known tourist attraction in Iceland, and it is not to be missed. However, if you want to see Iceland, you must travel beyond Reykjavik. For example, don't forget to visit Breiðavík Beach. In the summer, it's a great place to go for a long walk down the beach. In the winter, curl up with a hot chocolate and watch the sunset light up the sky. There are numerous well-known waterfalls in Iceland. In terms of raw force, Dettifoss is unrivaled. After all, it is Europe's most powerful waterfall. Although you could drive there, hiking through Jökulsárgljúfur National Park is much more enjoyable. When walking closer to the falls, you'll be able to hear them before standing in front of them, gazing down into the canyon below, an incredible sight and sound. On the island of Heimaey, a truly uplifting spectacle takes place every August. At this moment, adult puffins migrate out to sea, and their young abandon their nests to join them in their search for food. This list is not only about gorgeous places to visit, but also about places to visit on a budget. If you're visiting Iceland on a budget, it should go without saying that you'll need to find some low-cost lodging. Fortunately, Iceland boasts a plethora of wonderful hostels all around the country, making your road vacation far more economical. If you plan on visiting any of Iceland's local pubs, you may be surprised to learn how expensive alcohol is. This is because alcoholic beverages are heavily taxed, which is terrible news for budget travelers. So, what alternatives do you have? Purchasing a duty-free bottle at your departing airport is a better option. 9. Costa Rica. Costa Rica has one of Latin America's lowest COVID-19 mortality rates. Its government has been recognized for its effective virus management, so visitors can return with hope when the country reopens on November 1st to all Americans who meet the criteria. Also, no one can deny Costa Rica's natural beauty. Costa Rica offers a wide range of enjoyable activities. It's like zipping through the rainforest canopy. A zipline tour will give you an up-close and personal glimpse of these vast woodlands. The Baru National Wildlife Refuge is also worth a visit. With 800 acres of land, 7 kilometers of walking trails, and 3 kilometers of gorgeous beaches, this refuge is another wonderful example of Costa Rica's splendor. Bird viewing, tree tours, and walking excursions are among the park's most popular attractions. Whether you're in Puerto Viejo, Cahuita, Santa Teresa, or Tamarindo, Costa Rica has lots of waves and possibilities to learn to surf. In truth, the majority of people come to surf the world-famous waves. Do you want to save money in Costa Rica now? Okay, for a night's stay, you can always go for hostel dorms. It will cost between $10 and $15 a night, including free Wi-Fi, and most hostels will also provide a complimentary breakfast. You should budget $2 for your daily lunch. A nice meal will set you back about $15 to $20, and dining from street vendors will set you back less than $1. You can also save money by avoiding tourist buses and instead taking a local bus. 8. Colombia. Colombia has a diverse choice of entertaining activities and attractions for visitors of all ages and financial means. While security has improved in large cities such as Cartagena, Medellin, and Bogotá, street violence remains a major concern. To limit your risk, avoid using your phone in public places, cabs, or Uber. The Parque Tayrona is a wonderful spot to relax. Parque Tayrona is a completely undeveloped national park located 6 hours east of Cartagena on the Caribbean coast. It's the point at which the bush meets private beaches. Hike along the coastlines before arriving at Playa Cabo San Juan, my top pick for a rest stop. feel like Indiana Jones by hiking from Santa Marta or Taganga to Ciudad Perdida in the Colombian forest for up to a week. You can also visit the Gold Museum in Bogotá, go scuba diving, paragliding, and many other activities. In Colombia, most hostel dorm rooms cost between $10 and $15 per night. A lunch in a neighborhood restaurant will cost between $3 and $5. If you're traveling across Colombia, you can expect to pay around $48 each day. This assumes you'll be staying in a hostel, eating local food, cooking a lot of your own meals, and taking public transportation to go. 7. Malaysia. Traveling across Malaysia is one of the most undervalued pastimes in the country, in my opinion. The country receives a large number of visitors, but not as many as other Southeast Asian countries. From the dense urban forest of Kuala Lumpur to the beautiful beaches of the Perhentian Islands to the inland rainforests and delicious delicacies, Malaysia has a lot to offer travelers. In the Cameron Highlands, visit a tea estate or spend the day with a traditional tribe. Trek through the national parks of Gunung Mulu and Taman Negara to witness spectacular wildlife like tigers, elephants, monkeys, tapirs, and bears. Travel to Borneo and look for orangutans in the wild, walk through the rainforest, and marvel at Mount Kinabalu's razor-sharp top. Passing through on their way to Thailand or Singapore, tourists are all too acquainted with hurrying through. I strongly warn you not to repeat the same problems. On a backpacker's budget, a day costs roughly $37. This money would cover a hostel dorm bed, mostly street food, and public transportation. However, I propose that you stick to a mid-range budget, which will allow you to acquire a private room in a hostel or a cheap hotel, eat at a restaurant once a day, sample a variety of street cuisine, use public transportation, and attend more events for roughly $70 per day. You could even go trekking on this budget. 6. Greece. Greece is not only a beautiful destination with breathtaking ocean views, fascinating architecture, and wonderful cuisine, but it is also a very affordable destination. Greece is half the price of other European countries when it comes to travel. People from all over the world come to Greece to see its famed islands, which are known for their sun, and its towns, which are known for their culture. Despite the fact that the islands receive the most attention, the country's central region, with its little villages and mountains, is one of the country's most underappreciated and overlooked tourist destinations. Greece is a relatively budget-friendly vacation destination. I recommend a daily budget of $60 70. This assumes you stay in a guest house, eat decent cuisine, cook some of your meals, and travel via public transportation. You might expect to pay more if you're visiting the Greek islands or traveling during high season. 5. Indonesia. Indonesia is the world's largest island country, with over 17,000 islands and a population of over 261 million people. With its low-cost local cuisine and economical lodging, it's no surprise that Indonesia is a popular travel destination for many people. Indonesia has a wide choice of activities to offer. Although most tourists visit Bali, the Gili Islands, or Lombok, I encourage that you visit the less touristic and off-the-beaten-path areas as frequently as possible. The Prambanan Temple is open to visitors. There are 244 temples at this historical site, with the center complex acting as the main attraction. There are 8 minor temples and 8 large temples in this area, with the highest standing at 150 meters. You can go sightseeing in Jakarta. The city has a lot to offer. Yogyakarta is a city in Indonesia. Yogyakarta is Indonesia's cultural capital, and it is a lot less industrialized location than Jakarta. There's an interesting blend of ancient customs and modern living here. The Banyuwana Amrita waterfalls are also worth seeing. Despite the fact that they are among of Bali's most stunning waterfalls, they are rarely visited. Wekuri Lake is one of the most beautiful spots on Sumba Island. The waves from the Indian Ocean crash into fissures in the rocks, which are hidden beneath 10 to 15 meter high cliffs, feeding it. Because of the icy blue oceans and small reef spots, swimming is great. You could even borrow inner tubes and go tubing for a relaxing afternoon. There are so many things to do in Indonesia that it's hard to mention them all. However, you may learn more about Indonesia by searching the internet. Let us now discuss the expense of travel in Indonesia. A bed in a dorm hostel does not cost more than $7. I recommend staying at a budget hotel because it just costs $14 and includes free Wi-Fi and breakfast. And, while we're on the subject of food, local cuisine is both inexpensive and good. A lunch in a local restaurant will cost you between $1 and $3. A meal in a high-end restaurant, on the other hand, will set you back $6 9, including drinks. 4. Croatia. Croatia is a well-known summer holiday destination in Europe. If you want to see stunning beaches, craggy islands, old architecture, and all the sailing you can handle, this is the place to go. Although it is no longer as cheap as it once was, it remains a cost-effective option when compared to European countries. Croatia boasts over 1,000 islands, so it would be silly to visit without going island hopping. To truly immerse oneself in Croatian culture, plan on staying on one of the islands for at least 2 to 3 days. The most well-known islands to visit are Brač, Hvar, and Cres. St. James Church is worth a visit as well. The St. James Church is said to be the world's largest stone edifice. It's a 1,431 start-to-finish architectural marvel that didn't get finished until 1536. The Archangel Michael Serbian Orthodox Monastery in Krka was founded in 1345 and is one of Croatia's most important religious sites. It's a pleasant spot to visit. You can also go scuba diving in Croatia between May and November, when the diving conditions are at their best. Croatia is regarded as one of the world's best sailing locations. With gentle seas, short distances, and a coastline filled with islands and historical sites, it's a fantastic boating destination. When it comes to Croatian costs, inexpensive 2-star hotels with free Wi-Fi, breakfast, TV, and air conditioning will set you back $40 USD 60 per night. Traditional cuisine costs approximately $9 US. It could cost $100 USD 150 per day, including diving, hotel stays, dining out, hiking, and other activities. 3. Portugal. This is the city of love. White sand beaches abound throughout Portugal. A rugged coastline, multicultural and architecturally stunning neighborhoods, and unseasonably warm weather. It's the ultimate vacation spot, with delicious food, abundance of wine, and affordable prices. Portugal is one of the world's most underappreciated countries. In Portugal, there are many things to see and do. A trip to Évora is a good example of this. Another of Portugal's historic sites is Évora, a little town with a range of gorgeous and antique residences. The most well-known landmark in the city is the Temple of Diana. You can even visit the religious temples in Braga. The picturesque city of Braga is home to a number of classical temples, notably the Bom Jesus Sanctuary, which is one of Portugal's most well-known attractions. Whether you're in Lisbon or elsewhere in Portugal, you can't leave without knowing something about the country's musical past. Take, for example, Fado. Fado is a popular Portuguese musical performance that has been around for at least 200 years. It's a nice and emotional song performed by a single person. In general, lodging in Portugal is reasonably priced, particularly if you stay in hotels. The bulk of 2-star hotels charge $30 US each night. And plan to pay between $15 and $20 US per person for a sit-down lunch with beverages. Activities in Portugal are fairly priced. If you intend to visit Portugal, a daily budget of $60 USD 70 is recommended. 2. Cyprus. The government of Cyprus has offered an intriguing deal to enhance tourism and encourage both COVID-affected and non-affected persons to visit the nation. The government has proclaimed that if the virus affects any guests who enter the country, they would be provided with free hotel, meals, medicine, and everything else. The old ruins can be explored. The most well-known archaeological site in Paphos is the Tombs of the Kings. And it should come as no surprise that Cyprus boasts a lot of beaches. There are a number of resorts and hotels along the shore to choose from. You can also visit the picturesque wine trail in the Alps. It's no surprise that Cyprus has a lengthy winemaking tradition, and the island is a great location for it. Sterna Winery, on the other hand, is a great place to unwind and have a glass of wine. It's a peaceful, inviting winery shop with a small menu and a lovely outlook. If you prefer to stay in a hotel, expect to pay between $40 and $50 a night, which includes free Wi-Fi and breakfast. When it comes to food, each meal will set you back $5 USD 10. Buses go between cities and inside cities, but I recommend renting a car instead because it will cost you $20 US per day. 1. Italy. Italy was severely harmed by the COVID pandemic. Their stance, on the other hand, is commendable, as they have not only reduced the number of cases but also increased the number of foreign visitors. Visitors are limited in which countries they can travel, but they are invited to explore some of Italy's most beautiful spots. Sicily has opened its doors to travelers for a variety of reasons, one of which being that tourism is extremely important to Italy's economy. As a beach location in the country, Sicily is willing to repay 50% of a tourist's travel charges. Actually, there's a chance to win a complimentary night stay. Tourists will be able to visit various museums and tourist destinations without purchasing a pass. Italy is also an excellent place to visit because of its delicious cuisine, stunning scenery, fantastic wine, and long history. Now, I'm not referring to Italy's natural beauty and tourist attractions because everyone is aware of them. You might be wondering why I put Italy at the top of my list. It's because, as a result of the COVID epidemic, Italy has already reduced ticket prices. So, don't miss out on this opportunity. Many things can be done and seen in Italy, such as attending the Venice Carnival, visiting Siena, relaxing on the lakes, eating in Sicily, attending Settimana Santa, taking a day excursion to Lucca, and so on. The majority of hostels provide free linens and Wi-Fi access. You can expect to pay around $50 per night for the most basic of quarters. On the other side, if you buy COVID-19 pandemic, you might get a discount of $10 $30. Some of Italy's most well-known delicacies include unique noodles, bread, vegetables, pie, cheesecake, pizza, and wine. It is possible to get a decent dinner almost everywhere in Italy, but if you take the initiative, you may eat for less than $15 per day. The majority of restaurant meals with wine will cost around $25 per person. Furthermore, due to the COVID-19 epidemic, some activities will be free. My advised daily budget is $30 $60.